Okay, Stephen, here's a quick run through on the calibration script in PI. I'm trying a different recorder here. The last one crashed horribly, so hopefully this is going to work. I'm going to run into PixInsight. I've got some bubble nebula set up here to take a look at. I'm running this off my laptop, which it's not running that fast, but it should do the trick. It's going to be pretty slow on yours the first time around. Once you've made some master calibration files, the bias and the darks, it will go a lot quicker. For now, I'm just going to do about 10 bias because it was pretty slow last time around. Okay, so we're going to go to script, batch processing, batch pre-processing. And that is going to be nice if I could close that. Yeah, this is a version installation here on the laptop, so this shit's all fucked up right now. We're going to add bias files. Bubble, go to bias. I'm just going to throw about 10 of these in here because I've got like 75 of them, and it just takes too long. Later on, it's going to create masters. For right now, I have these unchecked. Okay. Once it's created the masters, later on you can just load a master in here and then click use master, and it will go a lot quicker. So let's add some darks, and we'll throw in. These are 10-minute shots of the bubble nebula. Okay, we got those in there. I know you're not using flats. You would put them in here if you were using them. As it stands, I'm not using flats, so I can just do all the calibration the same. If I were using individual filter flats, I would do each one separately through the whole script. Let's add some lights. See, I'm doing HA and O3. Again, I would do these separately if... Come on, get out of there. I don't want that one. Just for the fact that I do use individual flat files per filter, I would do each calibration separately. Right now I'm just pulling the bias and the darks. So the first thing we want to do is look at the parameters for the bias. It's all good. Darks, same thing. All your defaults should work fine. The only thing you want to double check over here, we're going to register and integrate. See, I've got apply. You could just calibrate them and then stack them later. This is going to do it all, but you need to give it a reference, which I'm going to go back to the lights, and I'm going to pick, say this one. Okay, and then a place to put them all. And I've already got calb. Okay. So, got your bias loaded, got your darks loaded, flats we don't, lights, so we're going to register them, and we gave them a reference, and we're going to integrate them, and here's where you could actually change your parameters there. If you click calibrate only, that's all it would do, is just calibrate them, and you'd have to stack them yourself. As it is, it's going to stack them for you. You can change these numbers here. This is how much it's going to take off the bottom. This is how much it's going to take off the top. You want them a little cleaner, lower this number a little bit. I'm going to go with 2. My normals here are 3 and 2. The defaults work. Look at it. You can always run it again. Run your diagnostics. It's going to bitch about the flats. Yeah, whatever. Hit run. It's going to bitch about the flats. Continue. Boom. So I'm going to let it do its thing. What it's going to do first, it's going to make the master bias, then it's going to make the master dark, and then it's going to actually calibrate the files and then register them, then put them together. And I'll show you how that all works in a minute. I'm going to let it pause here while it does all this stuff. It does take, excuse me, it does take a while first time around. Using masters later, it's a lot quicker. Yeah, I already tried this video once and crashed horribly. I was doing 75 bias, which that's not why it crashed. It's just a shitty recording program. I'm trying a different one now. This one's called Ice Spring. Seems to be working better. We'll see what happens. Alright. So we put the bias together. Now it's working on the darks. Pause again. Alright, I'm going to go grab a beer. I'll let this run for a minute. Okay, I'm back. I'm still letting it run here. I didn't want to miss anything for you here. Like you said, on yours it'll probably even run slower. This is actually a pretty fast laptop. Okay, now it's actually calibrating the light frames. Alright, now it's registering all of them. It's going to register them all against that first file that I put in there. So everything should be nice and lined up afterwards. I just put PixInsight on this laptop and I've got everything all screwed up on there, so I got to get it all. I'll do a separate video once I get everything set up. This is like a virgin install, so I've got to get everything set back up again the way I've got it on my desktop. I'd be doing this on my desktop, but the mic sucks so bad that it's just about unusable. This damn thing doesn't, this other video recording thing doesn't tell me whether I'm paused or not. That kind of makes me a little crazy. Hopefully I'm getting this all right. Okay, it's registering everything right now. This could take a little bit. I'm going to try and pause. Okay, at this point it's actually putting the images together. And it's not going to show them when it's done. You have to go open them up afterwards. Okay, let's see. Now we're doing the 03. Try pausing again. All right. Let's see how we're 7 of 10 here. Once I get this copy of PixInsight set up again, I'll do a little bit more on the processing. For right now, we'll just get the basics. Alright, let's see, now it's registering the 03s. What's going to end up doing is giving you in that cal directory that I made, you're going to get your master bias in there, you're going to get your master dark, and you'll get the stacked versions of these two. So make sure you put in an output directory, that way it kind of keeps you from searching around for shit. But I've got this all going with the cal directory, so like I said, I'm going to have a master bias, a master dark, and then the two separate HA and 03s in there. Yeah, I do all this stuff individually. When I do it myself, I haven't used this script in forever, so it does a good job, but there's some other parameters that you can put in if you do it manually. Takes a little more practice, but you can change stuff around a little bit more.